Hey guys, what is going on? It's Bella here with a new video. Before I start the video, if you hear a weird noise in the background, it's my fan. I don't feel like turning it off while recording because it's pretty damn hot, honestly. So I'm just gonna leave it on, but just to let you guys know in case you're wondering. But this video is to basically keep you guys updated with what's been going on. So let's just jump right into it. The last video I made, I was talking about how I'm gonna take a break from stream and YouTube because I was moving, and there were some people who I got into full detail with, the people who I'm close with, and there are some people that I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna move. And it was a little bit more complex, but I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys here, so you guys can pretty much know what's going on. Alright, so in July of last year, I'm telling you guys everything from back to now, right now. So back in July, I moved in with my boyfriend, and we had rented a room, and pretty much the room was like, we had our own bathroom, we had like our own space, and we pretty much used the kitchen whenever. But we pretty much had our own room and bathroom, and I had moved like almost an hour away from home, and after a month and some change of being there, we had to leave because the person that we were renting from was a rentee herself, and she wasn't supposed to rent rooms, and the landlord found out and kind of kicked us out, which was all fine. Like, I really didn't feel a type of way about the landlord kicking us out. It was just, what could we really do about it? And so after that, we kind of moved with his mom because she lives close by. And I was working at a place that kind of required me to like rest and make sure my energy was up there because I had a lot of lifting and a lot of things that I needed to do. And because of me waking up really early and having to work really late all the time, like, I was just like, like, the job isn't really worth it. Like, maybe we should just try to leave and see what goes on. Not that I had anything wrong with his family, because it was his little brother and sister. Like, they're children, and I understand that they're gonna be loud, so I didn't really have an issue with that. But it was just more like, I don't want to just be in someone else's house giving rules when I'm kind of a guest. So we moved to my mom's. I had an issue with my mother when we moved there because she expected me to get a job right away. And then from there we moved to my boyfriend's aunt's house, which was in November. So July to November, that's everything that had happened. And then now we're talking November on. But keep in mind, this is November 2016, right? So in November we moved with his aunt. We were there from November to January 8th. And there was a situation with his aunt, because while I moved over there, I still had my job at my factory job. It was like a manufacturer job or a factory job, and I still had that job. And it was like a 30-minute drive, and I was willing to drive that far, but things didn't really turn out my way. My car broke down on the highway. Some of you know that, some of you don't. My car broke down because the engine coolant had mixed with my oil, and his aunt messed up and gave me her engine coolant instead of using mine, or one that I was supposed to use. So my car just completely got fucked, and it just got destroyed, and that was rip to my car. So without that car, I wasn't able to go to my job, and I lost my job pretty much. And so because of me not working and just my boyfriend working and supporting us both, we just, his aunt just couldn't take it and was giving us both problems, especially him about me. So, we just went to my mom's again. And this is January 8th when we moved back to my mom's. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about really what's been going on, and it's going to make a little bit more sense. So, in January when we moved, my mom told me, you can come in. I always have room for you. You don't have to give me anything. Just come, work, save up so you guys could get your own place. You guys could be okay. And I was like, sorry, my body. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to give you $200 a month. That'll take at least a bill off you that you don't have to worry about. And she was like, that's fine. So I started working around like late February. It was like, yeah, it was like a little bit after my birthday. Not too long after my birthday, actually. So it was like late February. And I started working at ShopRite as a cashier, which a lot of you know. So I started giving my mom 200 a month, and I was barely making any money because I'm getting $9.75 an hour, and I was getting like what, 25 hours max, if anything. And you know, still in all, I still give my mom money. But when we moved, you know, there wasn't really a room, so we were sleeping in the living room and on the hardwood floor. And I was like, you know what, we'll get that whenever we have money to save up. Now speed it up to about June, right? So my mom was fine with the 200, but then she started buying her own food and buying things for her and her boyfriend, being real stingy and selfish. And you know, I started to buy meat and everything for my boyfriend and I, because we were both working in the same spot. And you know, in order for us to be okay for lunch, instead of spending like $16, you know, every day on lunch, I just like, you know what, like maybe we should just get meats, make our own, you know, food or whatever. And so you know, I'm still without a bed. So we went from January to now we're in like June, still no bed. You know, I'm like $1,000 in debt with like medical bills and things that I have to pay out, and you know, my mom didn't seem to really understand that. So she asked me for more money, and I told her all I could afford to give her was 200, because I still need to save up for a bed, and still need to save up and pay off like the 180 for an MRI scan that I had, and 200 for another thing. And it was just a lot of bills building up because I was giving her all my money and not really taking care of what I needed to. Now fast forward June to August 4th. So my mom had gotten like an eviction notice talking about she had to pay because she was back on rent. And I don't know, it was like she was back on rent for some X amount of months, so she borrowed money from someone to pay off some month's rent. And turns out that she still owed like a few months. So she went to court and everything. It was all situated, and then she ended up telling me that we really had to get evicted on the 8th of August of this year. We had to be out of the apartment because that was a lockout. And it turns out that was all like a lie. It was all just a plot to kind of get me out, because she felt a type of way that I couldn't give her more than 200. Meanwhile, I'm on the floor sleeping and I have back problems. And you know, we just got into it, and I just, you know, we left, and I haven't spoken to my mom since. And sure, it's been a few days, but whatever. But so right now I'm with my boyfriend's family. If you want to be honest, his mom and father and brother took us in because his brother has his own basement to himself, but we kind of like, we sleep here with him. Like, his brother was kind enough to let us stay here. So that's pretty much what's been going on, and that's why I haven't really been streaming or on YouTube, because I'm still in the process of like getting a job and trying to figure out how I'm gonna be able to stream and do YouTube without kind of invading people's like their personal time, like their own space and everything. So being that we're in his brother's basement, I don't know how that's gonna work, but I'll try to do my best. But I just wanted to keep you guys updated. So that's pretty much what happened. Sorry this was so long, but I just really needed to be honest with you guys. I'll try to do videos when I can. I'll try to stream when I can, but until then, guys, like, I'll keep you guys updated on Instagram. So yeah, that's it for this video. I will see you guys next time. Remember, like, comment, and if you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. X and O's.